It's Aloha Friday. Lahaina Lee here with your real estate market report for Friday, July 19th. It's just another beautiful day in paradise, and Maui is returning back to life ever so slowly. Some of the restaurants are starting to open up for dine-in service, and we had our first dine-in since this quarantine thing started back in the middle of March. And we had been on this self-imposed diet, and so it was really good to have a burger back at Cool Cat's Cafe. So it's also a good thing that our spin studio reopened. I got the hat. Enjoy the ride. But on a more serious note, with the slow reopening and no tourists here, some people on Maui are hurting more than ever. When we were actually headed up to the spin studio, we got stuck in this line of cars. I couldn't figure out why there was a traffic jam in Lahaina. When we finally got through, I could see that it was a line of cars that were waiting for the food giveaway at one of the churches here, and the line was pretty much all the way from one end of Lahaina to the other. On Tuesday, quarantine-free inter-island travel started again. So many of the hotels and condo complexes that are allowed to rent to inter-island travelers without the quarantine have reopened, and they're offering some sweet Kama'aina deals. Of course, almost everybody that's traveling is Kama'aina because that's all there is, unless you've already been on one of the other islands self-quarantining for 14 days. Unfortunately, it's still not clear from the governor or mayor which complexes are going to be allowed to rent to inter-island travelers without the quarantine. Apparently, it's not all condo complexes, and I have it on authority that a list is being developed, but that list isn't public yet. Confused yet? Well, hang in there. Maybe by this time next week we'll have some more clarity. Oh, and just to be clear, the governor did not say that the quarantine ends on July 31st. He said the quarantine is extended until July 31st. So it could end a little sooner or it could end a little later. We had quite a spike in the Hawaiian Islands last week, so hang on to your hats. That uncertainty is causing some businesses and business owners to hold off until they get some clarity on when visitors are going to return. So a lot are just not open yet. That affects the economy, and the economy affects real estate. So let's do the numbers. The total number of sales this week shot up to 47, so there's some good news in there. That's the highest one-week total since our COVID quarantine began back in March. With the exception of last week, the trend for sales has been pretty evenly split between condos and homes, and that's the case again this week. But at a median selling price of $797, home sellers got only 95% of asking price this week, which is down from previous weeks. Condos held strong, with sellers getting 95% of asking price. Pendings also rose to the highest number since COVID hit with 56, but a lot more of those were homes as compared to condos. The median list price for those going pending was lower than the median prices for those that sold, and it was the second lowest median price for both since the quarantine. You might want to keep an eye on that. The total number of new listings this week was higher than the total of the number of sales and pendings combined. However, the number of new single-family homes listed was less than the number sold last week and less than the number that went pending. So inventory remains very tight, especially in the affordable and mid-price sectors. Condo listings jumped to the highest weekly total since COVID. That's not particularly unexpected to me, but stay tuned. This could have an impact. Expired listings dropped back to the single digits. Something to note is that the median price for both homes and condos that expired was higher than for those that sold or went under contract. Cancel listings got back up to 17, which is a lot less than it was the first week of the quarantine. Also, the median price, especially for homes, was much higher than the median price of homes that are selling now. That's our real estate market report for the week. You can reach us with questions or comments at info@alohagroupmaui.com, and we'd love to hear from you. From Lahaina, this is Lahaina Lee saying Aloha!